Hello, and welcome back to another XpertVR Friday recap. This Friday, we're going over Meta, the Metaverse and Schools, MoonDAO, and Movember, and it is November 11th, 2022. Let's jump right into it. So, starting off, we have the Meta layoffs. So, Meta this week announced they're laying off 11,000 workers, close to 13% of their workforce. And just wanted to bring this to attention because obviously Meta has been putting a lot of funding into their development of their simulations and Horizon Worlds and things along those lines, and especially into the headsets that they create. So it isn't quite known like what departments all of these 11,000 people are going to be coming out of, but we can expect that some of this will be coming from virtual reality. That being said, because of the amount of push that Mark Zuckerberg has had in creating the metaverse and continuing to build that, I do kind of feel like it's going to be other departments that are going to be hit harder. That being said, we are going to lose some people in the virtual reality and augmented reality XR departments that they have at Meta. Hopefully, not too many, so that this innovation can continue. But main thing Mark was saying here in the interview and his announcement is that they are really just trying to lean down and not have too much waste. Obviously, that is sad to say when it is 11,000 people that are getting laid off. But hopefully, because these people are in high tech jobs, there will be positions available for them. I know companies like XpertVR are hiring, so I think there's a lot of interesting opportunities for these types of people that are leaving these high tech jobs and might have the experience to work in a startup or other types of positions where they're making an even bigger impact. So hopefully that is the case. Moving along, the metaverse and universities or schools. So I was reading this interesting article. This isn't really a project or a new thing that came out this week, but it's an interesting article which will be linked about how the metaverse is being built by university innovation, and how so many innovations like the internet and even technically Facebook were built off of the backs of universities, and how universities and colleges really haven't ever cashed in on these innovations that have come out of them. And it's just an interesting look at talking about how universities and colleges could benefit from having more of a hands-on approach to this next innovation of the metaverse and VR and everything along those lines. I know at XpertVR, we're working with multiple universities and colleges that are innovating together, and we're starting to build partnerships where we can work together to have revenue share and to have a share in this future of innovation. So, in seeing this article, it made me feel like XpertVR is going down a great path, partnering with universities and colleges instead of just selling to them. And I'm excited to see how other colleges and universities might take this type of article to heart and see how they can push innovation forward, or at least work with industry to push innovation forward. So take a chance to read it. It will be linked below so that you can look at how your university or college might be able to get involved. Then looking at the blockchain side of things, not especially related to education, but for the longest time, astronauts were kind of the top profession that kids wanted to do, and it's definitely still one of the top professions. But I know there was an article that came out last year talking about influencers kind of being the top dream job or dream profession now. But I was watching a Dude Perfect video this past weekend. If you're not familiar, Dude Perfect is kind of trick shot YouTube channel, and they sent one of their employees, one of the influencers or personalities on their show, into space, and it was through this MoonDAO. So basically, if you're not familiar, a DAO is a decentralized autonomous organization where people come together and pool their funds, pool their knowledge to work on a common goal. And it's all supported by the blockchain. So you put your funds in, and the smart contract that's built on the blockchain releases those funds when specific goals are met, or when specific initiatives are voted on. So this means that you're not just putting your money into some not-for-profit that's promising to send people to the moon, and then the founder is like taking money out of there, or any kind of nefarious activities are going on. Everything is completely controlled by this smart contract, so you can trust where your funds are going and that you're heading towards your goal. And so just seeing the team at Dude Perfect, I know myself and Drew, my co-founder, are big fans of Dude Perfect. So seeing them go to space and be affiliated with MoonDAO was just pretty cool. To learn about, and now looking into MoonDAO more and learning about how they're trying to establish a colony on the moon eventually. I thought it related to education, at least in the way of research, and just seeing how there may be people living on the moon or traveling to the moon in the near future. And this may be one of the ways that that is possible through a DAO like this, where people are putting in funds and researching together and starting to put that settlement on the moon. Who knows if they're going to be the ones to do it, but I think it's just an interesting example of um, how a DAO is formed and how it can be used to work on a mutual goal and benefit the owners of it beyond just monetary benefits, but sending people to space and eventually to the moon. And then to wrap it up, I announced in our last Friday recap and on social media, XpertVR is participating in Movember. You can see we're at 1275 of our $1,500 goal, but we think we're going to increase that goal because we're doing so well. You can check out our page and read about our team. You can see myself, Megan, Aiden, and Chris are raising here. And we also have team activities. So myself, I'm trying to walk, or I will be walking 230 kilometers over the month. Megan is doing an hour of activity every day. So you can see where, we're working towards both both a financial goal and an active movement goal, and all in towards raising funds and raising awareness around men's mental health and men's health in general. Most notably mental health, but as well prostate cancer and how that affects the people around us and the men around us. And just really happy to be part of this and have our team involved in this sort of activity, as well as last month we were doing Walk a Mile in Her Shoes to end violence against women, and having a couple of people from our team walk a mile in heels. So just happy to be doing these events. And if you have the opportunity to share our page and get the word out there, would love that. And even better, if you are able to donate, please come and donate to our page or to any of our team members. Great cause that we're supporting. And you can see I shaved off my beard, which if you don't know, I do love my beard. So having this mustache for the next month and then having to grow the beard back has been painful. So it would mean a lot if that pain was not for nothing. So that was your Friday 11/11/22 recap. Again, my name is Evan Sittler, co-founder and CEO of XpertVR. Thank you for tuning in, and I will see you next week.